Here's when you know that your pallet recycling is a business and not a side hustle if you do it right. And I'm going to go over several examples to drive this point home because there's a big difference between that side hustle gig and doing it for beer money and actually it being a business. So let's go through it. I'm putting my old man glasses on and we're going to go through this first one. So this is a student from the Middleman Lifestyle Simplest Biz group, private group, people who've gone through the training. And then this individual, on this day, April 4th, 2022, I delivered my first load to my first client, 240 Bs. Still bringing them their pallets every week. There's your sign right there. Still bringing them their pallets every week. Pretty wild how far we've come in 2 years. Thank you, John Charles, for introducing me to the pallet game. When you have these accounts set up properly, where you are the go-to, and you have exclusivity for your supply, and you learn how to do that, and the repeat orders come in over and over and over like this in a 2-year period, you have a business. You have predictable income that you can rely on over and over, week after week, month after month, year after year. This is just one account. He has multitudes of accounts that he's servicing. Repeatable income is so much, it is a necessity to have an actual business and not just making one-off money here and there. I wanted you to see this. Very important for you to understand. Let's go to the next one. Thank you, John and Tom. Did my first big sale today. Exactly what your teaching says. Made $800 picking up at point A and dropping off at point B. I'm hooked. This is when you have a business, when you're not just locked into one certain style of pallet. If you notice, these are all different varieties of pallets. And I'm very adamant about not having to be locked in on what a lot of people are, is what's considered the 4840 standard. You do not have to be locked in that game. Can you do it? Absolutely. There's so many more options. We want to unshackle you from being trapped in that zone of dealing with 4840s. And so many folks out there only deal in that one size pallet, and they're cheating themselves by selling to a pallet yard. To make it an actual business, we need to broaden your horizons, broaden your options. These are an $800 get on odd size, 2 ways. There's some 4 ways in here as well, but we are dealing with all different sorts and sizes of pallets, and we are not selling to pallet yards. Okay? That's when it becomes a business. So this is a 1-day get. How long would it take you to earn $800? Is it going to take you all week? This was apparently done in 1 day, maybe a morning. So very, very important to understand that you're not going to have to be locked in on one size pallet. Let's go to the next one. It's an important one. Hey there, fellow business folks. I wanted to share a little success story with you all. As you know, I'm still juggling the gig alongside my full-time job. So at this point, this person is transitioning from his full-time and is still working this on the side. But check out how he's doing it, okay? Because he's keeping his overhead low, so pay attention to that. But I had a particularly successful day recently that I couldn't wait to tell you about. I had a customer who needed a dock-high box truck. Instead of investing in one, meaning he didn't want to go out and have to buy a truck for this particular deal, he decided to rent a 26-foot truck from Penske, which I told you about in other videos. So he's lining up an order, he's renting the truck, and I picked up at 7 in the morning and returned it by 2 in the afternoon. So 7 in the morning was a 6 hour day, I guess, about. If you consider the amount of time it took to pick it up and the rental activity of it as well. On this particular day, my son picked up 805 pallets and delivered 685 of them. Then we offloaded the 120 from the box truck using the lift gate on the The Mater is what they call it. They call the truck the Mater. All in all, the rental charge, including fuel, came to $232. Not bad for driving a classy truck and making some money. After this experience, I'm not so sure I want to invest in buying a truck. The rental programs aren't too shabby. So this is where you understand having the correct business, such as this model, and renting a truck without having the high investment of having to go out there and buy a truck, especially getting going. That transition period from going from the side gig to a full-time gig, this particular tactic works like a charm to get you there faster, where you can kick your job to the curb. Okay? So I wanted you folks to see that. Somebody in transition from their full-time job into doing this and making money without the huge investment. All right? So let's go to the next one. This is when it becomes serious, folks. Last load of the day, 5 deliveries, 1,116 pallets, 2 of them for emergency orders. Got to borrow my son's new trailer for the last load while he loaded my truck for tomorrow morning. Do you notice? Loaded my truck for tomorrow morning, meaning consistent orders coming in day after day. Emergency orders, where they're serving these customers in a correct manner and setting this deal up to where they can help this customer on a consistent basis. Okay? Very important. That's when these types of orders on a consistent basis, again, is where this is no longer a side gig. This is serious money, and this is a business. When you can have predictable income, especially at the volumes that they are doing. Okay? And there's no reason with the amount of pallets and the amount of pallets that are needed and the amount of pallets that needed to be removed from businesses as well, that you can't set this up once you have the knowledge on how to do it correctly. I think we got one more. All right, this is important. As you know, folks, we have a Facebook group, and we have people of all stages of the pallet business. We have people that do point A to B. We have people that do brokering. We have even people that have found money in building pallets. And they're building pallets for other students within the group. So it's a network of opportunity inside the Facebook group. So custom pallets going out for a fellow Simplest Biz member. I worked with several members over the past few years and always want to try to help out more people in the group. If you need pallets, blank, blank, blank. So we have students that have upped their game, not only do their own deliveries and this and the other, but there are students in here that are actually building pallets as well. These are like 30-foot long pallets. Do you know what the amount of markup can be on this type of pallet? It's a lot of money because it's such a long size and an unusual size. Again, we have students of all shapes and sizes inside the group to graduate you from no longer making this a side gig and making a full-time business. And we have opportunities inside that group, whether it be brokering opportunities, supply opportunities, deals with other students helping each other out. So it's a whole other layer of activity and revenue streams that can come into play with inside that group that you can access if you are part of the training and want to take this business seriously. Now, can you make this a side gig and just make some extra money for fun or vacation or this, that, and the other? Absolutely. You know, if you want to make that extra $1,000 a month or whatever, and with minimal time, you can go that route. But if you really want to make it a business, these are some of the things you need to understand that are available to you inside the training that make this a predictable way of making a living for yourself. It's just the nature of the game. These pallets are going to be used up, sent away, and they're going to need more, the ones you see in the picture. Same with all the other ones you see. They ship this stuff out, the businesses that we sell it to, and they need more. What does that mean for us? Dependable, predictable revenue for our family and to produce more free time for us because we are not trading time for money. All right, that's my information for you today and for you to chew on and to think about. When does the pallet game become a business? And these are the tactics that come into play when that happens. Have a good one. John Wilker. Go to thesimplestbiz.info for more information. That's a new domain, thesimplestbiz.info. We have some surprises for you on that page. Have a good one.